summer talent. No Cope Mainers, no Nico Gonzalez. It's Inter against Juventus. It's the derby d'Italia. Lautaro and Thuram are all restored, and with Çalhanoğlu still out injured, it's Piotr Zielinski who is asked to operate as a playmaker, potentially. Efren Thuram, who's on the opposite side to his big brother, Inter striker Marcus.
Them to fly away.
Immediately we're seeing some of the patterns of play that Juventus are trying to implement under Thiago Motta. Here's Conceição with the pace. It's his ball across, put behind by De Vrij. Corner inside 40 seconds for Juventus.
Yes, good start from the Bianconeri. Siku Conceição can cause problems to any players in the league. He's fast, he's sharp. He can go and loves to go one against one. And this is a mismatch between him and Bastoni of fitness, so he choose way out, give him more cover in this side where Dumfries can be so dangerous.
Danilo's gone through the back of Thuram there, and there's an argument to say that had that not been inside the 3rd minute, it might have warranted a yellow card here.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm watching Danilo condition, because you can see his left leg has been...
Now Mkhitaryan continues to defy the aging process, played more minutes than anyone else. Dumfries with the cross, it's a really dangerous one too. Di Marco's kept it alive. No wonder Dumfries' cross got the thumbs up treatment from Lautaro Martinez there. This is Zielinski, getting away from Conceição. Zielinski's cross goes behind.
Wonderful ball played in by Dumfries.
Dumfries. Barella looking for Pavard, it's perfectly weighted. Pavard, Danilo stretched, and it's a penalty. Danilo caught Marcus Thuram, a wag of the finger from Cambiaso.
They're playing with a back 5 or back 3. Yeah, but Inter does this so well. And here, Thuram go first, you can see Danilo immediately realized that's a penalty.
Got him a 2nd yellow card, got him sent off. So, no Çalhanoğlu, and the player who's replaced him in the side is Piotr Zielinski. He's not yet scored for Inter. Big pressure on this. Zielinski scores! He's stepped into Çalhanoğlu's shoes this evening.
Save for him, central, opposite Di Gregorio picked a corner, and you cannot save those.
It's against Juventus.
Flawless from Zielinski on the penalty spot, doesn't panic. Sent Di Gregorio on the wrong way and opened the score for the Nero Azzurri.
Conceded from open play, but if they keep giving away penalties, they will drop points. They did so against Cagliari when Marin converted from 12 yards, come until the 2nd minute of added time, but Stuttgart had a dozen efforts on the Bianconeri goal in the first half alone. Here's Conceição. McKennie waits in the box with Vlahovic. Cambiaso, that's a good ball. Juan Cabal, McKennie calling for it. Here is Wes McKennie for Vlahovic! How good is that goal? He has his goal at San Siro, but it was put on a plate by McKennie, and just
Look, McKennie! Bastoni is worried about Vlahovic, so he leaves McKennie completely unmarked. Fabulous ball to Cabal, from Cabal to McKennie to Vlahovic, and from there he doesn't miss.
Thiago Motta getting the best out of Dusan Vlahovic. He didn't get service in the Champions League. He's been teed up there all right by McKennie.
Inter back 3, because if you see Bastoni is attracted by... Yes, and now Inter immediately answer back with Bastoni galloping forwards. Now Zielinski will take this corner kick.
It's broken that particular duck. And it comes from Zielinski. Thuram got there. Here's Dumfries. Di Gregorio claws it away. Bastoni! It's off target. And there was a foul, I think, on Di Gregorio prior to that.
Yeah, Inter are so scoring goals for fun. There's, I think, maybe even an offside position, we don't know.
He playing off Vlahovic, but that team selection has paid off, and then some.
Patrick, McKennie is so good to making this position compared to McKennie, and McKennie stays with Mkhitaryan because obviously they've got more legs.
Danilo won it fairly off Lautaro Martinez. Lots of black and white shirts forward here. Cambiaso for Conceição. Still Conceição, he's dropped the shoulder and put in by Tim Weah. Juventus have turned this game around in the first half, and Weah had as simple a finish.
Going past them, and then finding Weah in the middle of the box. Look the amount of Juventus player attacking the box. Look, completely marked. De Vrij again. Look, you need to stay in your position. You cannot go and gamble and go for the back pass. You have to stay and cover the ball in between your goalie and the opponents. And Weah scored a sitter.
There were plenty of goals scored by Weah in this stadium. His iconic father, George, and Lautaro Martinez going down in desperation as opposed to any real expectation that the foul will be given. He stays down.
Right, that needs to cover the ball in between himself and the goalie. He does a step right because he spotted the danger there, and Conceição found Weah completely unmarked.
How many times in recent seasons have we said that Juventus didn't have pace or ability to beat father's 3 former Italian clubs? Parma are another, and Inter as well. And Chico Conceição doing the damage there. And it's not often you see teams get behind Inter twice, as Juventus have done.
Twice in space.
Open with 2 teams desperate to win. Very keen to keep the pressure on league leaders Napoli. Dumfries. Barella. Zielinski. Not really used Di Marco too much in an attacking sense, the Nerazzurri thus far. Zielinski. Pavard finds Mkhitaryan. Thuram. Mkhitaryan. That's such a good goal from Inter. The quality on show tonight. It's Henrik Mkhitaryan who makes it 2 apiece. His previous goal had come in the...
Huge Inter fans are absolutely on the moon. Look here, terrific football by Inter, but what a game we are watching, Patrick. We said it so many times, the quality in Serie A now is so high. And forget about how boring were the big match in Italy. This is a completely new era.
A new era indeed, and it's he who makes it 2 each. And here go Inter pursuing a lead once again. Thuram. It's run the way of Dumfries, who used his hand, but there's another penalty to Inter. Marco Guida in no doubt. This time Dumfries has been caught, and this game has everything.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible madness here in San Siro. We're gonna watch it again. It's no offside because the ball has been touched by a Juventus player. Yes, probably Dumfries touched the ball with his hand, but first there is a think. Yes, that's a penalty for me, 100%.
Marco Guida very quick to make the decision. They'd only conceded 1 goal in the league so far this season before this evening. They've already shipped 2, and they're on the cusp of picking the ball out of the net for a 3rd time. Can Zielinski do it again? He can. Di Gregorio frustrated because he went close, but it's 2 from Zielinski either side of a Mkhitaryan goal, and we've had 5 in the Derby d'Italia, and Inter, against all odds, have their noses in front.
This is incredible, relentless from Zielinski. Perin and Pisoglio are complaining, but Inter, 38 minutes, Inter 3, Juventus 2, we cannot add.
Has time and space. Marcus Thuram. Still going here, Thuram. This is a fabulous run, and it could have easily ricocheted in. Lautaro Martinez with his head in his hand.
To change direction in tight areas. Here, obviously, Juventus players are all scared to give another penalty away. You can see Fagioli, and here this ball can end.
Hard to live with him. Andrea Cambiaso. This is Weah. Tim Weah seeking out a second. Very nearly had it as well.
What an effort from Timothy Weah. You can see how good is this, so close. And Sommer can just watch. You swear.
It's a first half that had everything. 5 goals, 2 penalties, so many moments of quality. Inter had an early lead. Then Vlahovic and Weah turned it around the way of Juventus, but Mkhitaryan and Zielinski put Inter back in charge. Mkhitaryan with his first goal in more than a year, Zielinski with his first 2 in Nerazzurri colours. And believe it or not, we're only halfway through what is already the game of the season. At the break, Inter 3, Juventus 2. Nothing like San Siro under the lights. Mkhitaryan, Lautaro Martinez, Mkhitaryan again. Cambiaso taking a big chance in his own penalty area and conceding an unnecessary corner.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan is having a fantastic game, wonderful game. Played 1-2 again with Lautaro, and then Cambiaso at the end did well to shield the ball, but then he had to clear it. But now he's in a corner, another one for Inter.
Zielinski with the set piece. Here's Denzel Dumfries. He's snuck it in. And Inter score again. The time to take it up. It's another big selection call that Simone Inzaghi's got right this evening. To go 2 goals clear.
If you have a chance, good ball in by Zielinski here. Not the first touch he would love to have, but somehow Dumfries managed to find the corner, and Di Gregorio can only watch the ball find in the net.
His previous goal was to rescue a point at Monza earlier on this season. It is now 4 across club and country over the Bianconeri.
Yeah, the way Inter started the second half was clear. They wanted to score the 4th one.
Piece, but given this is a throw-in which succeeds 2 corners, Thiago Motta has now decided to act. It's Fagioli coming off for Yildiz. And Tim Weah, the scorer of the second goal. How long ago that feels now. Inter have since scored 3 without reply. It's he who's withdrawn for Kenan Yildiz.
Yeah, probably Cambiaso will move further up the park in the middle. We're gonna see Yildiz where he's gonna play, maybe out wide or behind Vlahovic, with McKennie playing alongside Locatelli in the middle of the park.
Weah didn't do anything wrong, but it is the Serbian. That's why I think Inter have now got the decision. And they're going to make a double change. Zielinski, the scorer of 2 penalties, I think has his number up now. He's got Inter halfway towards this win. And they're very appreciative of his efforts. Fratesi on to provide more energy. And it's Pavard having just been booked. We've seen this policy before from Simone Inzaghi. Bisek replaces him.
Yeah, Inzaghi doesn't want to take any risk. Now we'll probably see Barella like in the playmaker role position, and Fratesi, if the game will be stretched and Simone Inzaghi thinks, then Fratesi will be perfect, will drive the ball forward with pace, with legs, with energy.
We've not seen
with McKennie and Cambiaso in the middle of the park. Simone Inzaghi is scared about their pace, their late run, those qualities.
We had a very entertaining Derby della Madonnina last month. Milan winning by 2-1 against Inter. This has been hugely entertaining. It might be the rule. Di Marco is tempted by that. It's a fabulous save from Di Gregorio.
What a strike from Di Marco. Ball cleverly. And look how clean is this strike. And Di Gregorio has to produce a wonderful save. The Inter needs to put the game in bed.
Lautaro still working very hard. They've identified a weakness in Kalulu's ability to build up from the back. It's the second time we've seen that. Earlier on to Ram, and now Lautaro shutting down the space. Inter's next 2 games look very winnable. A trip to Tuscany in midweek. They're at the Castellani to take on Empoli. Then they play Venezia after that. But hang on, here's McKennie. Now it's Yildiz who can run at Dumfries. Kenan Yildiz! That's an impact! Juventus are back in the game. And the heir to Del Piero's throne has scored against the Nerazzurri. The game alive.
Yeah, incredible again. We thought the Inter was going to score the 5th one. No, counter-attack. And here, too many Inter players out of position. But the ball comes into Yildiz here against Bisek and Dumfries. Again, they're waiting too long. And Yildiz finds the net for a tight corner. The ball goes in between Dumfries' legs and no chance for Sommer.
If you're wondering why a 19-year-old wears the prestigious, iconic Juventus number 2, might be able to astonishingly make this scoreline into 4. It's now time for Kefren to Ram. It's a surprise that Inter scored 4, and Motabap's conscious he could be a threat in the air, the opposition box. Cambiaso curls it in. Thuram got it clear. Di Marco's first to it. No tactical foul from Cambiaso, still Di Marco. Thuram up against Yildiz. Lautaro Martinez! He's missed a couple tonight.
Yeah, don't know why. Look at the ball that was bouncing in front of him. And then Di Marco had the chance to drive forward. Thuram spotted his partner up front. Here, Thiago Motta is not happy. Now we're gonna see if maybe Danilo has been booked.
Cabal, a very accomplished crosser. It was his ball in that prompted the own goal from Mario Hila, winner against Lazio last weekend. Savona. Yildiz making the run. Yildiz has got there, and he just had to keep it down.
Yeah, as soon as the ball left Savona foot, you could have Bisek. Look here. And then Dumfries is too late. Score the 5th one.
Brought down well by Thuram. Dumfries has got there. Juventus have the ball. Inter asking why there wasn't a foul there. Both Thuram and Dumfries potentially impeded. Clever ball from Locatelli, Cabal stepping forward, still Cabal, here's Cambiaso, Conceição stands it up, it's reached Kenan Yildiz! This is remarkable! He scored twice off the bench for a quite preposterous scoreline at the Meazza. Juventus have a wonderful number 10, and Kenan Yildiz has single-handedly got them back on level terms.
How many times we've seen, and now Kenan Yildiz finding a copy of the first goal, keeping the ball low. Dumfries is late. Sommer should have done better, but this is another goal from an astonishing game of football.
Yildiz has just spurred a chance to get his second and Juventus' fourth. He didn't pass up this opportunity. Vlahovic appreciative of the finishing of his understudy and junior colleague. And Inter only have themselves to blame here. Khéphren Thuram might still come on. In fact, the instructions have just changed. Thiago Motta now sees the pendulum swing back the way of the Bianconeri.
This will remember this night so long.
Yildiz will certainly remember it. Minutes have been played. Brought down by Khéphren Thuram. One of the most memorable editions of the Derby d'Italia ever. Kenan Yildiz came off the bench to grab a point for Juventus when they looked out for the count at 4-2 down. Thiago Motta's first game here as Juventus boss, Ensel Square. It is an outcome which favours Napoli, the league leaders, who are now 4 clear at the summit. But these two will surely be involved in the title race well into the spring on this evidence. Yildiz is a rising star, and the game ends at the Meazza.